There we go. Hi. Sorry, I'm running a little bit behind. Go ahead and unmute yourself and turn on your camera. I will not be able to hear you until you do it. Or see you. There you go. You got the mute.
I get it.
Yeah. And then go ahead and do the camera. There you go. Hello.
Okay, we got it. I was like, if I
Yeah.
mess this up, I'm gonna cry.
No, no, well, don't. Well, if you did mess it up, I would just find a day next week where I'm like getting off a little bit earlier and I would move you there. So, like, don't even worry
Okay.
about it. Are you
Awesome.
ready?
I'm so ready. This is my
Okay.
mom too,
Hi,
Kim.
Mom.
Hi.
How are you? Oh, wait,
Good.
you said her name is Kim?
Kim, yeah.
That's Kim.
Oh God.
Oh, okay.
Kim
So at
with
the
no
end of my
makeup on.
Kim, it's okay. You're fabulous. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. I'm just about to post a video of me with no makeup on, trekking around the woods, so you're all good.
Okay.
So with there was a spirit that showed up at the very end of my last session, and they were talking about Kim, and I looked at my client. I said, "You don't have like a Kim or a Kimberly or a KIM something?" And she goes, "No." I said, "I didn't think so." And so that's you. So they were talking about you. The other thing with our kitty, we had to put him down.
Did you put Scat down?
No,
Oh,
Weird.
no,
Okay. Was
not
there like what is up with like the trauma at the vet then?
Scat.
he's got some issues that we've been throwing back and forth whether to put him to sleep or not, but I just keep trudging along with him and trying to make him healthy.
Okay. Okay, that's why. All right, so let me tell you what happened. So today I had to go to the vet this morning to go and drop my dog off to have her what do they call it? Spayed. Okay, so like
Mm-hmm.
neutered, whatever you want to call it. And I had to go to the back and be there with them while they put the medicine in and like put her on the operating table because she's huge. She's like 115 pounds, and like the little guy couldn't hold her anyway, so I was helping. And I had this overwhelming anxiety of a cat coming to the vet, and then how possibly in the future they were going to be put down, or there's talks about him possibly being put down. And they were talking about that. And it affected me so much that it almost made me want to throw up. And so as soon as we got back in the car, my husband's like, "Where do you want to go to breakfast?" And I'm like, "I'm sorry, I'm really fucking nauseous right now." And so it was that intense. And so they were talking about that. And
I've had him to the vet like 4 times trying to help with his problem, and
It's the
uh-huh,
UTI thing that the cats
it
get, and
it
so he gets a
is.
blockage really bad, and yeah.
Oh, see, I didn't even know about that until saw a TikTok video. Had
But
no idea that that was the thing.
if it is a cat that is trying to reach out, back last year about this time, I think we had to put down our cat April. Um,
Oh,
and then aside from that, I had 3 cats that had just gotten hit a few months ago on the road, 3 of them.
how
So,
did you lose three in one hit? What happened?
well, it was 3 different hits. The first one was in November-ish, I think, and then a couple months
Mm-hmm.
later her sister got hit. And then just a month ago, we had a new cat show up and I got him neutered and everything, and he got hit. So it was like boom, boom, boom.
Oh my God, and you got him neutered.
Yeah.
That may
Yeah.
that may be the other thing as well, because they were making a big deal about the cat, about how my dog's getting spayed. So that
Mhm.
may be the other link into that as well. So
Because
I'm
it
gonna
was the
have to
week
say it's a
before that happened.
uh-huh. Okay, okay. So I'm gonna have to say it's a combination of all of that. It's on her and thinking about this. And hold on. Oh, when he starts screaming and crying around the end of November, somebody's talking about that.
Mm.
It may be that the blockage thing comes back with a vengeance around November, again, or like around, I'm going to say November, beginning of December, because it feels like it's oddly near holiday times. Um, and because there's that inconvenience of you going, okay, all right, I have to do this but I have to do this as well. And it's that anxiety that goes with that. Hold on. Why? This is going to be a stupid question. But what? This is going to be weird. Have you thought about putting him? I don't know how somebody's talking about changing his water. And I know obviously it's dealing with like water. Yes. But did they have to put him on like a certain type of water? I don't know what.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
And we feed that to him periodically just to try to help him stay cleaned out.
What is it? What type of water is that?
It's something they put in the water that helps their kidneys.
Oh, I didn't know that that's a thing. Okay, they
Yeah.
just went through and they showed me minerals, and I go, minerals are bad though. I said, what is that? And so that's why. So I'm going to even have to say there's going to be either do that more often. I'm going to also tell you another thing. Like maybe in November, there's going to be a big thought to let him go or to put him down or make him leave. And
Yep.
yeah. So let me know what happens. It'll be okay. It'll be fine either way. Don't worry about it. How? Is he like not even 9? How old is he right now?
We have no clue.
He just showed up with another cat a while back, so we're not exactly sure how old he is.
Okay. I got you. Because they go like this. I said, how old is he? I said, I've heard it's like an old cat thing. No. He's just a tom cat. And I'm like, okay, a tom cat. And why? But then they put him that he doesn't have a lot of gray or anything in him. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe he's not that young. I mean, maybe he's not that old. And why? Tell me. Who? Sweetie? What? There's a man that's talking in my brain. Hold on. Where? Interesting. So with you, Macy, you're dating somebody right now?
I'm married.
That's why. Okay. Hold on. There's a woman. Hold on. I'm gonna walk you through this whole thing, but I have to go down this line of feelings first. Who? So we like his mom. We do like his mom. Your husband?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. That's always a point of contention. And I'm glad it's not. Hang on. Is there a Meemaw associated with him?
He might have a Meemaw. I'm not sure. He wasn't really close with his mom's mom.
That's okay. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. And she's crossed over though? The mom's mom is?
Yeah.
Really? Yeah. I would have to say that like that woman may be a partial guide for him and is like oddly trying to pop in and say hi or just like
Okay.
make themselves know, which is very interesting. Tell me, somebody just flashed me angel wings, so just saying like that's a guide for them. And I go, okay, good. And y'all don't have a Daniel or a DA name. They could be crossed or alive. Da.
Not that I can think of.
Okay. Just because they said Kim last session, so I'm like somebody showed me Dave or Daniel or DA, so that's what. So let me write that down, because that's gonna have a meaning later on somewhere. Hold on, tell me, what about her? What about mom? Hang on. Oh wow. Mom, every year, I know we go and we take care of these cats. So when was the last time we had a full blood count workup on you?
Never.
Yeah, did you see the So they so there's a guy here and he says, you know, she takes care of those cats so well, but she doesn't take care of herself, you know. She's just gonna one day run around from all the stress and just keel over from a heart attack. I was like, shut up, don't say that. And he goes, oh, she needs to go get that checked out. And I said, oh, okay, well, I'll ask about that. And
Okay.
I would even say just go and have a complete blood panel done and see if you have like either, I don't know how they do it on a blood panel, maybe like restricted blood vessels, or if you have a high bad cholesterol or
Okay.
low good cholesterol. It's something
Yeah.
weird. Because I know you feel fine. I know you're good, but they're talking about getting winded. And they're saying that that may be leading to something else down the line, or you will end up getting winded down the line. And that could lead to something else. Hold on. Why? Where? Oh my God, I see y'all shopping. I see you shopping. I see your mom putting on her glasses and saying, how much is this? Like somebody's going through and they're talking. Where? Do we have little kids? Do you have a little kid? You have a kid? A little kid? Okay,
Yeah.
because they're talking about going shopping for like Easter eggs and stuff, like going for Easter egg hunts and stuff. And so that for me means like fun or exciting or having little kids, right? Because adults don't do that anymore. Well, we should, but we don't. And
Right.
they're talking about how, why? Who? Are you going to have a second one? Are you trying to have a second one?
I'm actually pregnant right now.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. We find out the gender in a couple weeks.
They just went through and they showed me a portrait with your first holding a baby.
Oh God.
Like, and they put it as Easter. Now, I don't think you're having a birth on Easter, but they're
No.
showing that for like next year.
Oh God. Yep.
Like that. Okay.
I'm due in September.
It's, oh my God. So you'll make it. Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Let me, I can't get excited. I mean, I do get excited, but I can't get that excited. Otherwise I stop channeling. Hold on. When? Are you at 13 weeks right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, Mom. Hi. That's them. They go, so there's a person that's just talking in my brain. Oh, so let me tell you how this works. Okay. So before we get too far into it. So remember, everybody can do this, right? Because we're all spirit in a body having a human experience. You just have to learn how to decode what they give you. Okay. So when they go through and they talk by using your brain like a computer. That's it. So when they do this, they talk in 4 different ways. The first way is they do a bunch of signs and symbols. So and you may hear me say some sort of crazy shit, but they may show me something like a pineapple. That means that they're from Florida. Very rarely does it mean that they love pineapple. The second thing is that they will come through and they will talk by giving me a bunch of feelings. So all of this is in feelings. So essentially, if they wanted to say, you know, I died because I was taken off life support, they would bring up the feeling in me of when I took my dad off life support, because that's a very particular moment with a very particular feeling attached to it. The other ways that they will go through and they will talk by taking my own memories, my own experiences. This is from YouTube videos, other sessions, life experiences, and they will like clip moments of them out and kind of like smash them together and make me look at them. And then I have to like translate it into what I believe it's supposed to be. And then the last thing is they talk in words. So sometimes they will be like, you know, died on the table. And I'm like, okay, who died on the table? And it's because I will actively hear it. But most of the time, what ends up happening is they talk in all 4 of those ways all at the same time. And it's this, you know, symphony of piecing together this picture that they're trying to paint. So there's a guy, like I've already said, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out if this is a guide or if this is like, mom's dad? What? Has your dad been crossed for like over 10 years or something? Has he been gone for, yeah.
My dad?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you really did like him though, right? Like you really did like him? Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. Sorry, you don't have a whole lot of like daddy girl moments at all. Most of the
He
time it's like I
was
didn't like him.
he was 56 when he passed away.
He's very young. Okay, because the guy that I'm talking to, he's not old at all. He's like maybe in my brain, the way I don't see him, but the way his voice sounds, he could be like 50, like right around there, right? And I think he's the one that is monitoring everything. And
Hmm.
he's so what are you showing me? So right now, do you have a girl?
It's a boy.
It's the boy, so you'll have a girl.
That's what I thought because I've been so sick. Like I can
Yeah.
barely do life things because I'm so sick.
Okay, because what they showed me a picture of if it's a boy, it would have a little girl, or if it's a girl, it would have a little boy. So it's like the double at the same time. And yeah, let me know, email me.
Oh my God, I
I
will.
would love to know. Okay,
We
yeah, and
we
with like the
find out on
third,
the 24th, so.
see, that's what they're saying. They go like this. So the way I said 13 weeks is because he came up and he says, you know what? They can figure it out right now, but they're keeping secrets from them. And I said, what do you mean? They said it's a little bit early. It is, but they're having to wait a whole nother like 2 weeks, or they're having to wait a whole nother week. And they're like, why are
Yeah.
they holding out? And so that's why I was like, okay, maybe 13 weeks. And they're, what? What happened to you? Hold on. Your maybe that was your dad. Was your when your dad ended up passing, were you not hmm, did your mom call you too late after he crossed or something? Or like you weren't there when he passed?
I we were not there. He actually passed
That's why.
away at work working on somebody's
Yeah.
washer in their basement.
Oh my God. That's why you weren't. Oh my God.
He
Okay. He's
was
talk.
he they owned an appliance store, and that he was working on someone's washer when he passed away.
That's why. So he had a massive heart attack and died.
He hadn't They said basically, yeah, his heart exploded.
Mm-hmm.
So it was
Mm-hmm.
instant.
Also, because he showed me, he showed himself, somebody laid him on the ground, and then he showed mom getting the call or people getting the call. He says, my daughter didn't get to say goodbye to me. Nobody got to see me. Nobody got to be with me. And he's talking about this woman walking around him, I guess on a phone. So it could be that he was working for a client that was a female that called him out or something. And he's talking about how his soul is above his body. He's watching this and he's like, holy shit, I just want to go and see my family. Like, what's up?
That's
And that's him. That's what he's doing. And no wonder your dad's the one coming through first, because he lost his life. Now he's been waiting this entire time to come in and tell you hi, because that's what happens. And no wonder he's in charge of everything. Why? What are you
yeah,
doing?
pretty much.
Yeah. He, how? So are you talking about the son? You have no, I don't know if he's talking about the son-in-law or the son. So do you have a son right now,
I
mom?
do, yes.
You
Yes.
do. Okay, so he is talking about the son. And because sometimes when they say son, I'm like, okay, well, she's married. What is this? And tell me. And your dad never got to meet him though?
He met my son was a year and a half old when when my dad passed away.
Little
So not
baby. Okay,
really.
because yeah, he goes like this. He
Not
says, "Oh my God, I've been following him around for forever." He's like, "I've been knocking him on the head and making sure that he does right things." He says, "Forever." He says, "Oh no, he doesn't know me." And he says, "But I'm here." He says, "Like, let him know that I follow him around everywhere." I go, "Oh, okay." And why? Ooh. Oh. Don't ever let your son. Well, I don't think he did. Did he buy a motorcycle? Did he get rid of it? What
Oh my
happened?
God.
He needs to. Yeah, hi.
So,
um so my dad raced motorcycles, flat track
Oh God.
motorcycles, and my sister and I both did. And my son raced since he was 6, and when he turned 16 he went pro. And when he was 20, I think,
oh,
it's been 5 years ago, so he was 23. Um, he was in a very serious accident and died twice, 3 times, came back to life, and he's good now. He was in a coma induced coma for
We
28 days, and
we always said that we thought Grandpa was with him, and that's why he
Absolutely.
pulled through.
because they said he should not have lived. He
Mm-mm.
should not have lived.
He goes like this. He says, "So glad he stopped riding motorcycles." Oh yeah, he had him
Well,
for a short stint.
he was
What happened with him?
racing when he crashed, and that's what. Yeah.
So your dad would have saved his life.
And so that's what I
Okay.
said from the beginning. So I've always been like really sensitive to spirits and stuff since I was little
Yeah.
little. Like she's caught me
Yeah.
talking to my grandpa when I was because I was 4 when he passed. And
Yes.
I would talk to him all the time and she'd be like, "Who you talking to?" And I'd be like, "Grandpa." Like,
He's right
duh.
here.
Like, can you
And
not
it
see
was,
that?
and we didn't make a big issue about it. We just let it happen.
Good.
And
Yeah. Good.
when that accident happened, I just felt in my heart that he was gonna be okay because I knew that Grandpa was there.
Holy shit.
I'm sorry. Do we need a
Okay.
moment? Do we? Okay. Yeah. He would be, and because the way he passed. So I want y'all to know, because, like I said, because of how he passed, his life, even though that was the plan in the long run for him to cross that way, there was a reason why he had to become on the other side. And I would even say probably the reason is because of your son, because if he wasn't there, I mean, yes, God would have taken care of him in a certain way, but I think your dad is the real reason why he stayed here.
Even though it was 28 years ago when my dad passed.
Well, no, years don't matter. Time doesn't exist on
Yeah.
the other side.
Right.
Yeah, it's just like, so right now when I'm talking to him, like when he was going over his passing, this is where I'm trying to figure this out. Time doesn't exist on the other side. So am I talking to him now, or am I talking
Right.
to him at the point of him dying? Like, I don't know.
Right.
And then the other thing is with her seeing them or like feeling him, because kids are only in the now. Like right now when I'm sitting here and I'm channeling, nothing else matters. I'm only in this present moment. I'm going back and I'm getting these little things, and then I get a feeling of like, yes. And then that's how I talk. And so when kids do it, spirits will come in, or your loved ones will come in, and they will project an image of themselves into their brain. And so they think they're standing there, but they're not. I mean, they are, but they're not physically there. And so they think it's a physical thing. So that's what like daydreams are and dreams. And that's how come you're like, weird, I think I saw my dad. And it's because he projected himself into your brain. Okay. Yeah, it's weird. I know. Sorry, I'm trying to figure it all out and like how it works. So that's my
Well,
thing.
she's been dealing
What?
with me my whole life with the spirit stuff, and because we've had
Yeah.
so many weird things happen around me that she's
Yeah.
just used to it. So
You get it. Well, real quick, while I'm here, we're gonna keep channeling, but I want to look at your chart real quick. I want to see where all your stuff is. So
I've never
give
looked at
me
that.
Oh, well, welcome in. This is what I do a little bit as well, because it's very, very fun. So let me feel, I'm letting that load for a second. Okay, what is your birthday? All the way.
It's actually March 17th, 1994.
Oh,
So it's
happy early
Monday.
birthday.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, you're welcome. 1994. Do you know what time you were born?
Oh, do you know?
8 in the evening.
Okay, cool. We'll do that. Hold on, let me put boo, boo, boo. Okay, and then what city?
Gallion, Ohio.
Yeah, how do you spell? Just Gall?
Galion.
Oh, okay. Galion. Ohio. You don't feel like Ohio people. I like it. Hang on. Okay. Mm. There it is. Okay, I'm gonna make a weird face as I stare at this.
Please go over here.
Yeah, absolutely. Hold on. There's your Leo. It's funny. That's where you get your hair from. Wow. All right. Yeah, you have it. So you have it. Okay. So there's a pattern that I see when, everybody can do this, right? Because we're all a spirit in a body, but there are certain people with certain markers that can do it better and easier. And the thing that I found out is when you have a lot of water signs with a lot of air signs, and the reason for that is because air is all about mental. So it's all about taking thoughts and emotions and mentally doing them and then speaking them. And then water is all about feeling. So essentially you're taking all these feelings and images that you're getting, and then you're able to speak them or orate them outside. So your sun sign is in Pisces. We already know what that is. Your moon, your emotional side is in Taurus. So you're grounded. All you want is a safe space for your family, your friends, your loved ones. That's it. Be really careful about being a wallet for other people or like giving your stability to too many other people because they won't care as much about you as your mom does. So tell them to go fuck off. The other thing is that your communication style is an Aquarius. So there's the air sign. Your Venus is an Aries, which means you can be very spicy if you want to, and you have a very lightness about you as well. And then this also means too that in love, be careful about getting too mad too quickly. I don't think you're doing it so much anymore, but this also means you're a really good boy mom. The other thing is that your Mars, your masculine side, is in Pisces, and so this means like it's more artistic and whimsical and about beauty and creation. And so now add Aries to that. So like put that beauty and creation and whimsical on steroids. Yes. So it's like ultimate painter. The other thing is that your Jupiter, which is how you gain your luck in life, or your superpower, or the highest vibration of you, is in Scorpio. So what you are trying to do is learn about spirits and learn how to feel and learn how to do all this. Wow, hi, I'm a Scorpio. Nice to meet you. And then your North Node is also in this as well. And then the other thing is that your base vibration, which is who you naturally are, is a Libra. So like me, I have a lot of Scorpio. I have a ton of Libra. So that's the air and water signs. And then you have your Pisces, you have your Scorpio, you have your Libra, and you have your Aquarius. So essentially you are like naturally attuned to this. If you have somebody with a ton of earth signs in them, they generally don't care about it. Fire people think too quickly. If you're like all fire, and so you have like this perfect combination. Okay.
Oh
So
my
yeah,
gosh.
all the way. And even like if you look between you and your mom, so if you look at your coloring, so mom is going to have more earth signs in her because she has more of a it's going to sound like a weird thing, but like an earthy, organic, like that type of like browns and greens and all those colors. You have a little bit more of like the watery fire thing. So this means your mom would understand it, but she's not going to come from a place of like, let me let my brain go all the way out into there, because that's a very like nerdy Aquarius thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you would get it. And so this also means too that you and your mom are put together. So not only your mom could ground you, but so you can also have her think outside the box. So it's both.
You just said that.
Amy, I literally,
What?
so she wasn't sure if she was going to be able to come. And I told her, I asked her if she could because she keeps me like calm and like, because I was really nervous for this because I've been waiting for something like this my entire life.
I love you.
And
She literally texted me and says, "You are my ground."
like a couple hours ago, I literally said that to her.
Yeah,
That
that's
she's
what
my
it is.
ground.
That's the combination of energy. Remember, we're all parts of the same whole, and so we're put together for a meaning. We're put together because we fit together like puzzle pieces.
Oh my gosh,
Okay.
that's so crazy.
Yeah, that's how that works. And so, hold on. Let me go back over here. Who are you then? Hold on. Why? Oh, shut up. Does she? I don't know if you're going to say yes to this. You want 3 kids?
I did, but
I
after this
did. I
pregnancy,
know.
I don't know because this one's been taking me out. So
I know. That's why I was like, I don't think you're going to say yes to this. Okay. So somebody is showing, this is what I'm going to tell you. Not somebody, your dad, your dad. So I would say after you have this kid, be really careful. Now the other thing is that it's weird. It's almost like when this third kid would arrive, or that they could arrive, would be when your youngest is around 4.
ooh, I hope that's not JR because my brother has 2 kids and he got snipped, and I keep joking with them that they're gonna have another one,
Because
but
it didn't work.
yeah, it won't
Oh,
stick.
it
It won't
didn't.
stick. It won't stick. It's been
Shut
like 3
up.
times. Yeah.
Oh my God, that poor man.
So
The sitting on the ice packs. Yeah, that may be a thing. Is their last one a boy? Did they have a boy for their last one?
yeah.
Okay, we're just gonna leave that there. All
Oh
right.
God.
Yeah, that may be. Okay, email me and let me know.
We
I
will.
All right,
definitely
there's a
will.
reason. Yes,
Oh
please.
my
And
gosh.
who? Who is that? Okay, where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going? Ricky. Is there a Richard somewhere?
I don't. Not that I can think of
Ricky?
offhand.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Ricky, Richard, or Dick. I hate using that word, but those are all the names that go along with it. So we're gonna leave
Yeah.
that. Those are all the names for Richard. So
I'll
leave
think
that
on
there. Here, I'm
that.
gonna write
Let
that.
me
Yeah.
think on
Yeah.
that.
Think on it. Hang on. Let me see. Tell me. Oh, I know what that means. Okay. Did we end up no. Mom, did you end up naming your son after your dad, but like the middle name?
It's actually
After my husband's dad.
After the husband's dad. Really?
My husband's dad. They're his grandpa. Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet. Oh, okay. Let me tell you. Okay, so my husband's dad is named Richard, and then his son is named Richard, and then his grandfather is named Richard. And so somebody's
Mm-hmm.
comparing this, and then so that's where that, and it's my husband's dad. So I would have to say that's where that's coming from.
Okay.
And his dad is crossed as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I go like this. I said, so who is this? I said, so Dad, are you talking about this? And he says, no, it's me. And I'm like, oh, okay. Hi, nice to meet you. And why? Did we not extend that down to the other group on your son's side?
my brother. So, they named my brother after my grandpa John.
Uh-huh.
So his middle name is Jonathan, and then my brother named his son, or my. I'm getting it mixed up now. My brother's
It's
name
okay.
is Jonathan.
Yeah.
Jonathan Royce.
Jonathan Royce.
So my brother
Royce.
named his son Royce.
Roy, it's the R. That's the R. See, I don't know anybody named Royce, and so they keep saying
And my
Richard
husband's name
because
is Roy.
and your husband's name is Roy. There you go. So that's the triple R. So we
R.
have the 3 on my side. We have the triple R on your
Yeah.
side. And so that's what they're talking about. It's my husband's side. So thank you. So that would all be connected. And why? Oh, I love it. I've never met anybody named Royce before in my life. Hold on. Tell me about that. Oh, hold on. Hang on. No, he's not. Your husband's not retired yet. So he's still working full time. Why is he using his body up? What's going on with him?
Because he decided to remodel the house and now he's at
Oh my
home right now
God,
doing
shit.
electrical work.
He's doing everything himself. So
He goes, that man can do anything with his fingers. And I said, all right. And he says, but he needs to retire. He needs to stop it. And I said, he's too young to retire. And he says, no, he's using up every inch of his body right now. And I'm like,
Pretty much.
okay. Yeah. So know that, or tell your husband, your dad, that his dad is with him and telling him he needs to quit. Okay. All right. If you can. And why? Tell me. Oh my God.
Oh.
What? What?
So my husband's dad passed away. We didn't know until 2 weeks later. He lives in the same town as we do because his crazy bitch wife did not tell us he passed away.
What a cunt bucket.
Yeah, she's a cunt.
That's
Yep.
so, yeah, exactly. Oh my God. So no wonder. And then
Wow.
try to talk about getting my stuff as well. That's not going to happen. So essentially she even like tried to take that away or like
We
didn't allow
have not
that.
talked to her since. We've
Oh,
not talked to her.
we didn't get anything of his.
Nothing.
She kept everything, and we even tried showing up at her house, but she'd like never answer the door or anything like that. So we didn't get anything of his.
Nothing.
nothing. Nothing.
He
Yeah,
had
he's
stuff.
disappointed in that.
He had stuff set back for my husband. His dad did, and we never
Mhm.
saw any of it.
There was something really specific that he wanted my dad to have. I'm pretty sure, and my dad wanted it, but he never got it.
Oh, Oh, do you know if
So
it had anything to do with oh, okay, random other question. I don't know if it had to do with this, but was he why are you showing me that? He wasn't army, was he?
no,
No. Okay, somebody had a buzz cut in my head, and they didn't show me army, but they showed me
he
a
did.
buzz cut.
He did. He always had.
Oh,
He had very nice hair, but he always kept it
yes.
very short and very. To the day
Yeah.
he died, he had a full set of hair, but it was cut military style, sort of.
Yeah, that's what he keeps showing me, but he didn't show me army, so I was like, maybe he's army. No, it's just his haircut. And he, why? A Bowie knife. What? Hold on. Maybe it's something priceless that I don't think you can rebuy it. Hold on. What? The way that his dad is talking is like it's an artifact. Do I know what it is? I have no idea, but it's something you can hold in your hand. Um, it's something you can do that with, so it'd be like easy. Hang on. I wonder if his hold on. Is your husband, does he like to act like he knows how to work on cars slightly as well, but he doesn't actually? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
anything construction he can do, but cars, yeah,
Cars are a
no.
no-go. Okay, he says, don't let him touch the oil pan. And I was like, oh, okay. I said, why? And he says, he'll go and try to tinker with it, but it's not going to work out very well. So at first I asked him, I said, did you leave him a car or something? And he goes, no. And tell me, where? Hold on. I don't know what this is. I don't know what the item is. I would say it's still in the house, whatever this is. I would say that she hasn't stolen it or given it away or sold it. I think it's there. And hold on. How? How? Were they married for like 10 plus years, him and this cunt bucket?
Yes.
Really? Okay. Because I go like this. I said, why don't they just go and sue him? Like, and you can get there, he can get the stuff or get the item. He goes, well, she does. I shouldn't have married her. He says, I was with her though. He goes, he says, we were there for a really long time together. He says, should have left it. And I go, oh, okay. And he knows this. Hold on.
Oh,
Hang on.
shit.
Always there, always nagging. I maybe a chair. I have no idea. What's the item? What is the item he was supposed to give him? He keeps showing me an artifact, but I don't know what it is.
It could be a couple things. There could be something that we don't know about, but I've heard him mention about a watch a few times
An old watch.
that he would always wear.
Like an artifact, yeah. Because he keeps showing me. He says, "Oh, we can give it away. This is this. This is this." And I'm like, okay. I don't think that anybody's going to sell it. I think they have it. Just give it some time. So it was just a verbal agreement for the watch. It wasn't on like a will or anything like that.
No,
No.
if he
Okay.
had a will, we got a copy of the will 30 years ago, and since then he had changed it with this cunt bucket.
With her.
And
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and
Yes.
That's a perfect
I'm
name.
sure she was, because towards the last probably 6 months that we saw him, he wasn't all, there, and I'm pretty sure she probably
Took
helped.
advantage of the situation.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, the town called her Crazy Carol, so if that tells you anything.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. We don't like her, and that's okay. And she's gonna die on that rock. Now I think Crazy Carol is gonna live for quite a long time. I was gonna say, is she gonna pass away very quickly? And he was like, no. And he puts her as like a rabid hyena, like just until the day she dies. And I'm like, okay. And tell me, but yeah, just let your husband know that his dad is here. He knows what's up. He knows what's going on, and he loves them. And at some point, I don't know if I'm going to back that up a little bit. I think he may get the watch, but it may be 10 years from now.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so just wait. And then who? Where? Oh, how? Mom, did you and your husband, did you and dad almost what? This is very random. This is a very loose trend. So this is all coming through in feelings, okay, and pictures. Um, did you and your husband almost get a divorce, but then you zipped it back together and it was okay and now it's better?
We've never discussed divorce, but he's a pain in my
Yeah.
ass.
Ah,
They butt heads
okay.
constantly, but
We butt heads, but we've been together
Yeah.
for 33, 34 years.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's
We
quite a bit.
won't.
Okay, because
We
uh-huh,
just,
you just bicker back and forth because
yeah, it's
your
all good.
dad is making me hear, why do you have to do that? Why do you have to be like, why do you have to have that or some whatever this is? And he goes, oh, they get close to divorce or they were close to it, but they zipped it back up together and they're doing it or they're keeping it going and they go,
Oh,
and
yeah.
that's the way it's going to be. And I said, okay, good. Who is, do you have flowers as a tattoo?
I do not.
I don't know. No, who has the flowers?
I want I actually want to get a tattoo of my grandma who passed
Oh,
a couple weeks after her birthday last year, which is actually her birthday's tomorrow. I wanted to get a rose for her because she loved roses, but I'm waiting to get that.
okay. Okay. Well, I think you should get them. Yeah, somebody just went through and they drew a black and white flower and they put it on you. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, so that'll happen. And who? Margie. I wonder who that Mar person is. Hold on. Give me a second. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Your grandmother didn't have false teeth, correct?
Yeah.
She did. She did.
Yeah.
Okay. Somebody keeps smiling at me, and you can see the pearly whites, the false teeth. And I was like, "You have great teeth," and she's like, "Thank you." And I'm
Oh
like, "You're
gosh.
welcome." And hold on, that's funny. Hold on. What are you doing? Somebody's saying prep my hair up. Hold on. Before you put me in the ground, at least. Did we end up cremating her?
No,
No.
No, we
no.
did put her in the ground. Did we primp her hair up?
She was always all about her hair. Like when she
Really?
wasn't doing well, we'd like brush her hair for her and stuff. And she was always getting her hair done though. Like even when she wasn't doing well, she had a friend that would come do her hair at her house.
Really? So she wanted that because she goes like this. She goes,
Yeah.
"Prep my hair up before you put me in the ground, at least."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, okay, all right. Well, I don't know if that happened, but then she didn't tell me if it did or not. So I was like, well, maybe they cremated you. I don't know." And they what? Your I keep seeing the flash of the pearly whites. Just picture this in your head. You see what you think is a face. There's no face. There's just teeth and hair, and everything else is like bright white light. Like that's it. And you can feel this funny, interesting, good person behind it that is just
She was
a
wild.
little, yeah, she's a little I would even say maybe she could try to play tricks on people in a funny way, like in a good way. Like an example of this would be, watch out for in the spring, maybe mom goes and like walks to her car and it's like covered with like 100 dragonflies, like something like that. You're just like, oh my God, that's so weird. What is that? But that would be them. And so watch that's going to happen. Email me when it does.
Oh my
And
gosh.
tell me how y'all need to do more things as a family. Um, I mean, it's cold up there right now. How close do y'all live to a lake?
For about
Hour.
45 minutes to an hour.
To an hour away. Okay. Did y'all ever go camping? I've never been camping before.
Yeah, we actually all, so my parents have a camper at a campground and my brother right next to them, the same campground. And then me and my husband actually last year had a spot at the same place, but we pulled it this last year because we knew we
Oh,
wouldn't be up there this year much.
oh my God, look at y'all. Okay, yeah, they're talking about that and getting together and camping and having fun. And she's saying you need to do more of that. What, Mom?
Well, we would if my husband didn't decide he wanted to redo the house. We
Oh my
haven't been up there for
God.
3 years.
Okay, well, that's why they're saying that. Get out there and
Yep.
do it. And
Yep.
where? Hold on. Now I'm gonna spy real quick. Hang on. Let me see what they see over there. Hold on. Hang on. Is he putting new light fixtures in the kitchen? Is that what
So
he's doing?
We are doing a total over. We have a log
Wow.
house, and we decided to cover all of the logs and add an addition.
And
Well, then he's gutted my bedroom, bathroom, laundry room. We're basically living in her old bedroom, and he's had to rewire the whole old part of the house because it was bad wiring.
so they literally have
that's a
hanging lights right now that just
We have
plug in.
garage lights plugged into outlets in my kitchen right now. It's
that's
beautiful.
what I know. This is what he shows me. So somebody's talking about him. Okay, just put this in your brain with me. So they show me an image of like him going up and turning off a light. And you're just like, this is in my kitchen. Why do you have this out like this in my kitchen? What are you doing? And he's like, and you're like, aren't you impressed with yourself that you did that? You're impressed with yourself, aren't you? Like that type of image back and forth. And I'm like, maybe this is happening in there. So they know about it. And how? So is the log house, it's a single story though?
It's single story with a basement and a loft.
Okay, well,
So
there's a lot. Oh, look at them lofts. Okay, so that I get it. And how? How do they do that? Hold on. Did you have a Oh man, I don't even know what that is. Did we have some sort of like larger, mostly black dog? Or did we have like a fluffy dog or like a mostly black? What is that?
I just had to put down. So me and my ex-fiance had two dogs together, and they were brothers, and we just had to put
show her a picture.
Coda down.
Oh my
Like
God.
last year. So that's
Yes!
he's a Bernie Doodle and
Tibetan.
Tibetan Mastiff mix.
Oh my God, that's you. Okay, your dog was in my last session as well. I asked her, I said, you don't have one that was like a Mastiff type, do you? And she was like, no. And then right now they put a Bernese Mountain Dog in my head. I've never seen that type of breed
Yeah,
mixed together.
He's a
Yeah, so
Bernese
that's
Mountain Poodle and the Tibetan Mastiff mix.
okay. Okay,
It's
that's
about
why. Yeah, he's here.
150-pound dog.
Oh my God. Oh my God. And why did you have to put him down? Because of cancer?
He had cancer.
That's what they're talking about. Yeah, he's been with me.
So I'm a dog groomer and I own my own business. And since they were puppies, I've always groomed them. So after me and my ex-fiance separated, we pretty much had like joint custody where I would still groom them
Yeah.
to see them and everything. And
Mhm.
I always kicked myself for leaving them behind because we stayed together longer than we probably should have, but I couldn't leave
Yeah.
them. And so
You did such a good job. Well, no, your buddy's with you, and nobody's mad at you. He's been with me since my last session. His main thing was that he walked up and his head is so big that he could just go up and like all you had to do was like this to give him a treat, and
yeah.
he'd like gingerly take it out of your mouth. I mean, gingerly take it out of your hand.
I
He's
wish I
like
had the picture
super.
with me, but I have a picture of him before I had left that I'm standing up and he's got his paws on my shoulder standing and he's taller than me.
Yes. Yeah, that's your buddy. And so he was
Yeah.
talking about how he had cancer, how he didn't feel good, and how now he's perfectly fine. But yeah, he's walking around your house, he's walking around Mom's house. He's everywhere. Okay. And why? What happened?
So my ex and his wife, they let me be there when we put him down. So it was all three of us in the room with him, and I held him as they injected him, and I was really hoping he understood what was going on and knew that like how much I loved him, even though I had to leave them.
He did. He knew. Honey, he knows the whole thing. And then when dogs pass there, they don't stay there. They come home with you.
Hmm.
Okay? They don't stay there. And I bet that may be another reason as to why I was having that reaction today at the vet, because literally my husband was holding my dog, and while they were putting the IV to put her to sleep to do that, and I was like, oh my God, this is what happens in here with people like that. And
Yeah.
so I think that I was feeling your energy, and that's why he showed up so much.
Well,
Okay.
it took them like 4 or 5 times to sedate him because he was so big and he just wasn't taking to him. So it took a long time to even get him sedated to be able to inject him with it. So we were in there for probably an hour or so. Yeah, and
No wonder.
it was yeah. And my
No
ex
wonder.
like almost lost his self because he's never really had to put a dog down before. So yeah.
Oh my God. Well, just let him know. Let him know he's there and he's fine. And I would have to say, yeah, your buddy is perfectly fine. And why? How? Hold on. So even the new wife loved him though.
Oh my gosh, she was
Yeah.
so good to him.
Mm-hmm.
And she was actually, me and her sat in the truck together with him in the back seat while my ex went in to get him signed in and everything. And
Mm-hmm.
she's the sweetest. Like
Yeah.
I'm so glad that he found her to be there for him and Odin, because I always worried that he was going to be with somebody that wouldn't ever let me see them. But
Uh-huh.
she didn't care. She was all for it, and so
You don't see that very often.
mm-mm.
No, absolutely not. Yeah, when I asked him, I said, "What did you think about the new wife?" And he goes, "She loved me."
Oh
And
yeah,
I
she
go,
did.
"Oh, that's good. You don't hear about that." You're the only other person besides. So I've recently, I have a son with my ex-husband, and we were married for like 8 years. And me and his new wife co-parent. I call her other mother. And so we sit in the car together, and we have. So I haven't met anybody else that really goes that way, but
Yeah.
it's very cool. I'm very proud of you. Good job. I love y'all. And then hold on. Let me see. Wait. Tell me. Yeah, he's here. He's walking around. He's with your dad. He's with all the dads and your grandma, who's apparently just smiling teeth in heaven, which is great.
She's
Hold
so
on.
funny.
Who is, who is, I've never seen that before. I think if I could draw, I would paint that for you and send it to you. It's such an interesting
Oh my
picture.
goodness.
Where is, so grandma that passed had sisters that had died too?
She was actually an only child.
She was an only child. I wonder who are the women that are
But
with her, or there's two other women that are with her.
well, I'm wondering if it's Uncle Jim's
Sister.
sister,
Yeah.
or was it his mom?
Mhm.
His sister.
Sister. They, my grandma didn't like her too much, but she just passed just recently, and we were like, Grandma's gonna be so mad if she finds her.
So that would be okay. So that's Uncle Jim's. That's his sister. So that
Uncle
would be the
Jim's. Yeah, it was
sister.
sister.
Okay, yeah, because she keeps saying I'm with sister. I'm with sister, and I was like, oh, who's that? So I would have to say yes. So they found each other. Now your grandmother is happy, happy, joy, joy. She's perfectly fine. She has nothing to contend with. So if they brawled, it would be the most beautiful thing in the entire world. Let me tell you that. But they are perfectly fine. And then who? Where?
Mhm.
Hang on. Hold on. I think that you are going to where? Hold on. Weird. Somebody's talking about a death in the family that is going to occur again. Hang on. Next person is the cat. And then hold on. Mom, I need you to go do your heart thing. I need you to go do your blood work thing. like
Okay.
ASAP. You're not dying.
Don't scare the
Okay.
shit out of her.
I
I
have been telling her she needs, because she's been having issues and her job is killing her, and I've been telling her she needs to
It's
get this
just
shit
pain.
figured out. It's just
it's just pain. Do you know pain? I mean, unless you have a chronic illness, pain is a thing that is told by your body when they say something is up. Okay?
But doctors won't
So,
listen to her, so that's another thing.
They
So
can
oh,
also.
I know they can. I feel the same way. Wait, so what's going on? What happened with that?
For 25 years, I've been a mail carrier and I walk 10 miles a day, every day for the past 25 years. It's just my knees and my hips. Other than that,
Yeah.
my neck. I mean, just my bones
Ah.
getting old.
Absolutely. Yeah, 10 mile. I mean, but you got some strong ass tendons, let me tell you that. That's
Yeah.
that's what that is. So no wonder you'd walk yourself to that. So yeah, so all I want you to do is go get a complete blood count. You're not
Okay.
going anywhere, but I think that if you ended up passing down the line, I mean, it would not be from cancer or anything like that. You'd just be out, gone, but you're not going anywhere right now. But I want you to go get that checked out.
Okay.
she better not.
Okay. I know. No, she's not going anywhere. So y'all, for right now, because I am going to have to run to my next session. Otherwise, they're
Okay.
going to kick my ass. I just saw the time. Do y'all have any questions for me right now? For right now?
Oh God. I do have one question.
Go.
I thought about it earlier when you were talking about a cat. I actually
Okay.
I booked this session for my cat Charlie.
Oh, yeah.
He I just want I came home and he had passed away and he had leukemia. So I just wanted I didn't know
Oh,
if
he's your.
he
Let me
yeah,
see.
he was my
Hang on.
special boy.
Absolutely. Hold on. Give me a second. Where are you at? And so he was living in this house that you're in right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Because somebody
He'd
just
come
said,
with
I'm
me from
home.
yeah.
Okay. Hold on. Oh. So that morning he had been lethargic, but essentially he was doing just fine at that point?
Well, I didn't really notice anything off with him because he always just acted like he was loving life, and even though he had the
Yeah.
leukemia, and they give him about 2 years with once it's diagnosed, and it was 2 years. But my husband found him on the floor, and he had passed. But it had to have
My
been like
God.
within minutes before he found him because he was
And
still, yeah.
warm. Yeah. Okay. Because he goes like this. He says, oh, everything was fine. I was a little bit tired, but other than that, everything was great. And I'm like, all right. Um, I'm going to say his heart just failed him, like because of it, because of the strain on his body, because he doesn't have any seizures. He doesn't have anything like that. It just feels like I dropped dead. That's what it feels like.
That's
And
what it seemed like too.
uh-huh. And nobody's mad at you. He's definitely still inside of your home. Did you end up burying him in your backyard?
My parents, at my parents.
Really?
Hmm.
Oh, okay. He made me hear a shovel. And I go, oh, okay. Hang on. Can you get like a little kitty stone to go on top of him?
I actually put a rock on top of him
You
after
did,
we
you put a
buried him.
stone on him.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Okay. I said, where is it at? Can you tell me? Is there a tree? And he goes, no. And he showed me a little kitty made of rock. And I'm like, oh, okay. And why? And he says, oh, but I'm not there. I'm at her house. I go, okay. I would not even be surprised. Hang on. Oh my God. Oh, okay. When you have this baby, I want you to watch your baby monitors. Because there will be a point in your kids' room, like if you decide to get a video or a CC monitor or whatever this is to go in there, I think you will end up catching your cat go in the crib, okay? But it's just going to be an orb that shows up in the crib and then leaves, or it's going to float around it.
With my sons, I've seen stuff like from the corner of my eye, and then I look, and then like nothing's there, but I know I seen something. There's been a few
Uh-huh.
times. I was
Uh-huh. I
pregnant
think
with
you
my
have a
son when
ghost
he
cat.
died. Yeah.
That's why. That's what that is. Because he's talking about hopping up and over and looking in the crib and then leaving. And he says that you could see his energy. So I would even say if you still have it, hook the TV thing back up again or hook the phone thing back up again. Go over it at night and see if you catch anything like that actually too on the CC camera.
Okay.
Okay. So this is what I want y'all to do. I want y'all to take a couple of minutes. I want you to have a good breather or a good ugly cry. And if y'all need me or if y'all ever have any questions, please feel free to email me.
Okay. I have another appointment in April, so I'll see you again soon.
Okay. Yes. And then we'll go into Kitty more. And then Mom, if you want to come, by all means. Okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay,
right.
y'all.
Nice to
I
meet
love
you.
you. Nice to
Thank
meet you too.
you.
Bye.